Hello everyone, welcome to the video. This is your second stimulus check update video. We will go over some news articles and this is what we know so far to date. I have gone through all the current news and information available, and these are the most relevant ones, most up-to-date information that we have found so far, and I will share them with you in this video. What I will also do, as always, is I will link these articles in the description below so you can check them out yourself if you want to do some more research, do some more digging if you want to do that. Just a friendly reminder, this is not a political channel. This is a channel on personal finance and investing. So I would request that we keep it civil in the comment section below and just keep that in mind and just be respectful towards the other party. It doesn't matter which party you support. Let's just be respectful towards people who support the other political party. With that being said, let's dive right into it. The first article is from MyFox 8. Second stimulus check. Will $1,200 payments will be approved this week? So a big question on everyone's mind, so we will take a look at that. I am going to skip the first half of this article. A lot of it is what we have already discussed in my previous video, so I'm not going to waste your time here and go right over to this portion. More money for dependents. The GOP plan calls for checks up to $1,200 for most taxpayers, plus an additional $500 for any dependent. The word any is the change that could result in additional dollars. According to Yahoo Finance, parents of older high schoolers and college students claimed as dependents would get the bonus. This also includes anyone taking care of elderly relatives who are also claimed as dependents. In the first round of stimulus payments, only parents of dependents under 17 years old received the additional $500. We also include in the additional $500 for each dependent some people that we didn't intend to leave out last time, but we did. Republican Senator Chuck Grassley of Iowa said on Monday. So regardless of age, some of these dependents will now be helped. A Democratic plan approved in the House back in May proposed a similar structure for dependents, but with the amount being $1,200 instead of $500. So guys, we're seeing a recurring theme here. Seems like a lot of member of Congress wants to give that dependent bonus regardless of the age. So last time only individuals with dependents under 17 years of age got that $500 bonus. This time it will be dependents regardless of their age. So this seems to be a common theme. So I think it's fair to be optimistic that this would be included in the HEALS Act plan. President Trump wants larger checks. During a visit to West Texas on Wednesday, President Trump hinted that a second round of stimulus checks could exceed the $1,200 payment amount issued in the first COVID-19 stimulus package. When asked if $1,200 was enough, Trump said, "We're going to see, it may go higher than that actually. I'd like to see it be very high because I love the people. I want the people to get it. You know, the economy is going to come back. We saved millions of lives, but now we are bringing the economy back. We gotta take care of the people in the meantime." How much will I get outside the dependent payment? Here's how the payment up to $1,200 breaks down according to CNBC. Individuals earning adjusted gross income up to $75,000 per year and couples making $150,000 per year would get the full payments. And checks would be reduced by $5 for every $100 in income. So if you're an individual making $99,000 or a married couple making $198,000, you will not get any stimulus check money. Individuals with no income and individuals who rely on benefits such as Social Security are eligible for the full $1,200 payment. So I think the bottom bullet point is important. If you're someone who is relying on government benefits or have no income, you will get the full $1,200 support. Alright guys, that's it for this article. So if you guys have any useful information any useful link to any news, leave them in the comments below. Help out the community, and also if you think someone you know would find this video helpful, find this information helpful, feel free to share it with them. So the next article is from AS.com. Stimulus check schedule. When could second round be voted on, passed, and paid? So we'll skip the first paragraph and get right to the point. Republicans and Democrats agree on second stimulus check. The two parties are both in agreement that another round of economic impact payments is required, and both Heroes and Heels have settled on individual checks worth $1,200 per individual. There is some division over the amount of dependents will receive, with Republicans proposing $500 and Democrats wanting to push it up to $1,200. However, while the base amount for individual check remains the same under both drafts, there are other factors in play as the negotiations continue. Donald Trump has said he wants a second round of stimulus checks to go way higher than the first tranche released under the CARES Act, while a Republican counterproposal led by Senators Bill Cassidy, Steve Daines, Mitt Romney, and Marco Rubio would see adults and dependent children each receive a payment of $1,000. Whatever the makeup of the final bill consists of, time is short for the two parties to reach a consensus. Observers in Washington have long postulated that a final package will fall somewhere between the amounts laid out in the HEROES Act and the HEALS Act, in line with the $2.2 trillion provided by the CARES Act. The Senate is due to go into summer recess on 7th August, and both Democrats and Republicans are eager to push through a bill before that date. If that does not happen, U.S. citizens will have to wait until the Senate reconvenes in September for a package to be passed. However, the Senate could delay recess in order to hammer out a deal, as was the case in March. So guys, once again, I think we can all agree the August 7th deadline is right around the corner. So we are in crunch time right now, given the Senate recess that's coming up after that. But regardless, if they are unable to hit that August 7th deadline, I do hope that they can agree to postpone it a little more. I mean, postpone the recess a little more so they could work out the plan, the HEALS Act. The first CARES Act was passed by Senate on 25th March and was approved in the House the following day and was passed into law by Trump on 27th March. The very first stimulus checks arrived in people's bank accounts on the weekend of 11th and 12th of April, meaning there was a lag time of around 2 weeks from the bill becoming law to people receiving payments. The first big round of payments was deposited in people's banks on April 15th. Negotiations between Republicans, Democrats, and the White House began 28 July. If the bill is to get through before the August recess, the two parties have just 3 days to reach an agreement so the bill can be passed through the Senate on the 6th and through the Senate on the 7th, and for the President to sign it on 10th August, the next working day after Friday, 7th August. So technically, we don't even have until Friday, 7th of August. We only have until the 6th of August if we want the House to sign it before the August 7th recess too. Or maybe they will delay the recess. We don't know. As more information comes to light, I will keep you guys posted. A bill signed on 10th August would see the very first checks hit people's banks on the week beginning 24th August. Overall, if a second round of payments was similar to the first, the vast majority of people should expect to get their payments by the end of the first week of September. However, if the situation with the second round of stimulus checks is similar to the timescale for CARES Act, the second payments could still be going out 20 weeks after the bill passed. For an August package, that would be just before Christmas 2020. For a September package, that would be January 2021. There's still, of course, chance that the IRS will be able to get the stimulus check payments out faster this time around. So I would not read into this timeline too much because these are kind of extreme cases. Obviously, people with lower income would get the checks first, and most of the people that I know have received their payments in a reasonable amount of time, even if not the first week. And I do think if all goes well, IRS should be able to get out the stimulus checks faster this time because they have all this information. So that's it for this article. Let us move on to the next one. All right, so the next article is from the Chicago Tribune. This is a slightly longer but a very, very important article that I want to share with you guys. Second stimulus check updates, White House GOP soften on opposition to the $600 unemployment benefit as COVID-19 relief bill talks continue. The White House and its GOP allies appear to be retreating from their opposition to a $600 per week supplemental unemployment benefit that has propped up the economy and family budgets, but it's expiring Friday. President Donald Trump is eager to extend the benefit, undercutting his GOP allies on Capitol Hill, who have spent considerable effort devising an alternative that could unite Republicans. The unemployment insurance is a principal element as talks continue on COVID-19 relief bill, which is expected to grow considerably from a $1 trillion plus GOP draft released this week. Top Democrats announced a meeting with administration representatives for Saturday morning after Thursday night talks at the Capitol failed to produce a breakthrough. The two sides took their case to the media Friday morning, with White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows speaking to reporters on short notice at the exact moment House Speaker Nancy Pelosi appeared at her weekly news conference. Meadows accused Democrats of refusing to negotiate, saying Trump has instructed him to be aggressive and forward-leaning in trying to extend the supplemental jobless benefit. Democrats have made 0 offers over the last 3 days, said Meadows, an inexperienced negotiator and former Tea Party lawmaker. He said Democrats are willing to play politics and are acting like they hold all the cards. The White House on Thursday offered a 1-week extension of the $600 weekly unemployment benefit, top Democrats said. But Pelosi rejected it, saying it needs to be addressed as part of a far more sweeping bill that would deliver aid to state and local governments, help the poor, and funding for schools and colleges to address the pandemic. Without action, the unemployment benefit runs out this Friday. Clearly, they did not understand the gravity of the situation, Pelosi said. She said a short-term extension only makes sense if the two sides are close to a deal. Why don't we just get the job done, she asked. An aide familiar with the talks said Pelosi rejected an administration offer of a 4-month extension of the benefit at $400 per week, combined with additional provisions for particularly hard-hit businesses and a shield against lawsuits for businesses, schools, and other entities that reopen as pandemic continues to rage. The aide wasn't supposed to divulge contents of the talks and spoke to the Associated Press on condition of anonymity. Pelosi, brimming with confidence, offered a tutorial on negotiating Friday. There are 2 things to remember. One is the person you're negotiating with has to want something for the American people, and they have to know you will walk if you don't get a good enough agreement. Republicans in the Senate had been fighting to trim back the $600 jobless benefit in the next coronavirus package, but their resolve weakened as the expiration of the popular benefit neared, and as Trump undercut their position by signaling he wants to keep the full $600 benefits for now. We want a temporary extension of the enhanced unemployment benefits, Trump said on White House on Thursday. This will provide a critical bridge for Americans who lost their jobs to the pandemic through no fault of their own. On Friday, Trump took to Twitter to explicitly endorse extending the $600 payment and criticizing top Senate Democrat Chuck Schumer. Very disappointed in Senator Chuck Schumer for blocking the temporary extension of the $600 unemployment benefits. The do-nothing Democrats are more interested in playing politics than in helping our deserving people, Trump tweeted. There continues to be agreement among Washington's top power players that Congress must pass further relief in the coming days and weeks. Do we want to continue to come to an agreement? Absolutely, Schumer said, but it's got to meet the gravity of the problem. Democrats hold a negotiating hand, exploiting GOP divisions over whether more aid is even needed, and they are expected to deliver a necessary trove of votes. So guys, I have two questions for you. Do you think that the Senate should have agreed to extend the unemployment benefits temporarily while the Senate and the Congress, they work out the permanent solution through the HEALS Act? Let me know in the comments below. And another question is, what do you think the unemployment benefits moving forward should be? Should it continue to be the additional $600 or should it be lower? Breaking news newsletter. Both sides say the talks have not produced much progress, but they could be nearing a critical phase over the weekend and into the next week. The pending COVID-19 rescue bill, the fifth since the pandemic has struck, is likely the last one before the November election. Republicans controlling the Senate have kept the relief measure on pause in a strategy aimed at reducing its price tag. But as the pandemic has worsened in the past weeks and as fractures inside the GOP have eroded the party's negotiating position, Republicans have displayed some greater flexibility. The Democrats are playing for November 3rd, and we are playing for the good of the people. It is a disgrace that they are not negotiating, Trump said on Friday. I think it's a bad political game. I think it hurts them. Also at issue in the negotiations is an almost $1 trillion Democratic demand for funding for state and local governments, a second $1,200 direct payment to most American adults, more than $100 billion to help schools reopen, and a liability shield measure that is essential to Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. Meadows played a role in killing an increase in food aid during talks on a $2 trillion relief bill in March, but Democrats are pressing hard for a boost in food stamp benefits. Republicans added $20 billion for agribusinesses, but nothing for greater food stamp benefits. Traditionally, we've had a partnership between farms and families, and they've consistently broken that, said Senator Debbie Stabenow of Chicago, the top Democrat on the Senate Agriculture Committee. So guys, I know the last article was a little longer, but I do think this is a very valuable article and sheds a lot of light into what we know at the moment, what's going on at the moment, so I wanted to share that with you. So these are all the latest news that we have. As more information comes to light, I will definitely keep you guys updated. So if you guys want to remain posted, remain updated on the stimulus check, stimulus package developments, and where the HEALS Act stands, you might want to consider subscribing to the channel so you always know when these videos come out. If you guys want to see videos like this, please give this a like, give it a thumbs up. It lets me know that you guys found this video helpful or at the very least interesting. So that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.